we are actually the fourth most popular motorcycle from New Zealand. You can find out the other three online. Yeah, so we started this company quite a while ago, and now we're in Milwaukee. It's quite strange, and here's a little story about how we came to be here. So the whole concept started with the first generation one was, let's motorise a mountain bike. Riding a mountain bike up a hill just doesn't work for me. It's like skiing without a chairlift. It's stupid, really. Who would climb the mountain to ski down it? So I thought of some pretty pictures of New Zealand. Everyone talks about New Zealand as being, beautiful, but it's like being a beautiful woman and only being complimented on your looks. Hey, I've got a PhD as well, by the way. Stop looking like this. So, anyway, we built this thing. It took ages to build. $100,000 to build that one motorbike. Another $100,000 to build this one. This guy's a world champion of motocross. We got him to test ride it, and then we got it into Cycle World magazine, and people are starting to say, "Wow, this is great! World's lightest off-road motorcycle." So we thought, okay, let's do one that's, we took it all around New Zealand. Another pretty picture of New Zealand. It's the South Island, the mountains, and it's all very nice. And we went riding way off into those and testing them and promoting them and getting all around the country and just having a great time. So we're quite famous in New Zealand. Lovely. That's a river. I got invited to do this last night, so I'm kind of ad-libbing here. In case you didn't notice.
It's good. Just keep talking.
Yeah. So that's a river. Those are bushes. We call that the bush. We call it that here. New Zealand Army had a look at them, and we got a call from the American Army. I thought it was someone joking. And he said, how much for 100 bikes, and how well do they do at 10,000 feet? What do you want to use them for? Okay, well, we'll give them a price and let's see what happens. So we snuck one in our luggage and brought it to Indianapolis to show off at a show there. And we borrowed Colleen from the next booth. And she was advertising that little bottle that she's holding. And so we were on someone else's booth. We didn't pay for that either. And it's we know how to do things without spending money. But now we're in Canada, and this is the fourth generation bike that we've kind of, with a sweeping frame. We've got a Porsche designer to help with the frame and start to make it look a bit more like a real machine. And it went a lot better than we thought it would. It only weighs 125 pounds. And we thought it would be like a little motorised mountain bike that buzzes around, but actually we ended up beating people on big motorbikes and through forests and tight tracks, and we were standing up hills and that kind of nice, cool stuff. And snuck into DC Shoes in California and had a bit of fun there too. So it's kind of like the Californians love it. A little strange over there, aren't they? They're quite kind of progressive and a bit weird. Just right for us. So we took it to a bicycle show. The first show we went to was a motorcycle show that you saw, and we went to a bicycle show in Las Vegas, and we thought we might get lynched taking a motorcycle in there, but they actually loved it, as we kind of discovered that the people who want these bikes are people who own a mountain bike and a motorbike, and they can see there's a gap in the middle of a mountain moto, you could call it. This is the kind of geek for the geek guys who love the techie kind of components and all the, what kind of forks do you have, that kind of stuff. The Italian forks and American shock and Japanese parts, it's all kind of trying to be quite high end. And we kind of mocked one up for street legal as well. So I think kind of you can ride it into work in town in Milwaukee here. If it's snowing at night, your girlfriend can come and you can put it on the back of your SUV and drive home. So every Luke Skywalker needs an Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's this guy. And that's how I came to be here in Milwaukee. He used to be a vice president at Harley Davidson, and he was chief engineer and head of new product development and in charge of buying Buell and all that. So he's the mentor and he lives here, and that's kind of why we're here. So we've got this other dude, this Italian guy who used to be a chief designer at Honda, and he's kind of sketching out a new model that we're going to put into production. And just some little sketches and a little inside view. And this has never been seen in public before. It's starting to kind of take form and to be something that's like, you know, looks like a really awesome machine that a top quality world class motorcycle company would make, which we obviously want to be. There's not many of them around, is there? So here's the kind of rendering of that bike that we're starting to build now. Looks quite real, doesn't it? But it's Photoshop and some cool stuff. But so you know, it's getting there. It's got a 3-gallon tank now, 2 or 3 gallon tank for the boys who are interested in that kind of stuff. And with 125 miles per gallon, that means it can do about 300 miles through the mountains or whatever, which is impressive for an off-road motorbike. And street legal with lights and number plate and all that. So, to be able to keep it here in Milwaukee and actually make it happen here, we really need kind of money and investment. So if you've got a rich uncle who likes motorbikes, tell them. And also, if you know anyone who's kind of an expert in startups or might want to get involved in something kind of cool like this, let them know. We want to meet as many people here as possible.